Last week we gave you a preview of the offensive unit for the Panther football team as they're in the middle of spring drills. We caught up with an assistant coach and one of the leaders on the defensive unit and filed this report. This week, the UNI football program wrapped up spring drills with a practice on Monday and Wednesday before the annual spring game on Friday night. The Panthers looked sharp during spring ball as they look to improve and become a better defensive unit.
Well, first of all, we're trying to get everybody out of spring practice healthy. That's the main thing. So we're teaching technique, fundamentals, and the rest is teaching the guys how to practice to stay healthy throughout the whole deal. And at the end of camp, find guys that'll run around and hit.
The Panthers graduated 15 seniors and some all-conference defensive performers off last year's team. During these spring drills, Coach Farley and his assistants were working hard to find the next group of student athletes ready to step in and help the Panthers.
They're going pretty well. We got a pretty young group at linebacker, so we're getting into the flow of it now. That's practice 9 we just finished up, so the young guys are starting to figure it out, and we're starting to be where we're supposed to be in run fits and our drops and everything, so it's going pretty well right now.
The student athletes that make up the secondary turned in a great performance during spring drills. This is an area that the coaching staff hopes to rely on when the season kicks off in the fall.
Of course, we want to get better every day. So the name for us is consistency. Be consistent day in and day out. Keep the deep ball out of the air and work on our tackling and getting off of blocks.
The student athletes spent a lot of time focusing on fundamental drills and one-on-one work during the spring practices. But the live scrimmages really showed the coaching staff who is ready to step onto the field on game day.
So the best way to play the game or to learn to play the game is to actually play the game, you know. So when we go to our after bones or our skelly, we get into our drives, and you know the coaches are off the field, so it's just the players out there operating and getting the game time mechanics of looking to the sideline to get the calls and communicating from the sideline to the opposite sideline so everybody gets the call. So it works wonders when we can get out here and actually work.
Yeah, definitely every year we get stronger. Jed gets us right in the weight room, but just every year, the older you get, the smarter you get. You see formations, you see guys, they're light, you see where they're at, you know what play's coming, what play is probably not going to happen, so that's a big deal too, where you're supposed to be every time. Everyone's got to work on stuff, just getting off blocks, getting better drops and like reads and getting some more picks.